interesting and recorded. And if you've not seen any recordings because I had a technical issue still. Getting there. Someday, probably, still my head cut off. You can't see what I'm doing on the floor. So let's see how this goes. Oh no, yeah, now you're in it.
You stand there and I'll say what I can see.
I can see the mat now.
Yeah.
That should be fine, right?
Yes.
Okay. So to begin with, if you grab yourself a block or a brick, depending on how you feel, we're going to start in semi-supine. Grab myself that brick. And we're going to lay that in a lie back and bring the feet in, and then slide your brick under your hips. And from there, yes, and then lying back, allowing your upper body to sink down into the mat. Moving your feet a couple of times up and down, finding the footprint that supports your knees well, that you feel comfortable with. Allowing your arms to be relaxed on the side of your body. And let's from here switch gear, preparing ourselves for the hour ahead that we spent together. The hour that you allow for yourself to be with your body and with your mind and your breath. The time you're allowing to observe and listen to how your body moves. Knowing that all I say are invitations, but this is your practice and your experience. And give yourself permission to take everything that you discovered today on board, being curious and kind. And then start to bring your attention in, noticing firstly sounds and any other sensations from around the building. Maybe sounds from each other. Then bring your attention to your thoughts, noticing what your thought pattern is like right now, what your mind is occupied with and what thoughts are coming up and going. And allow your attention to move away from them, shifting towards your breath, knowing that the thoughts are rising and falling more in the background. And you've now got the time to shift your attention and use it for observing your breath. Notice where it flows as you're lying down. Do you notice it more in your chest or in your belly? How does it feel without controlling or directing your breath? And then send your sensations around your body, Noticing how it feels lying on your back. Parts of your body that are connected to the mat. Your footprints, your back, your arms. And then let's start to bring together the breath and the movement. If you're familiar with the Ujjayi way of breathing, and you can always use that throughout the practice. And then inhale, lifting your left foot up towards the ceiling. And exhale. And then roll your ankle like your foot in a big circle. Descends into your ankle and then reverse the direction. And then take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, flex your foot and bring the long leg down towards the ground. And as the heel touches the ground, inhale, pointing your foot away from you and bringing the knee up towards your chest and the toes up towards the ceiling. And then exhaling, flexing the foot and bringing it all the way down towards the floor. And then inhaling, pointing the foot again and taking it up towards the ceiling. In your own time, with your own length of breath, exhaling, lowering the leg towards the ground, pointing the foot and inhaling all the way up to the ceiling. Flexing the foot, exhaling, bringing the leg down towards the floor. And then one more time, inhaling, lift up. And on the exhale, flexing your foot. And then allowing that long leg to drop onto the floor. Allowing the foot to go soft and the leg to soften. And bringing your attention to your groin area and your hips. And with the next inhale, bring that left foot back to meet the right. And then we're going to inhale, lifting the right foot up towards the ceiling and rotate the foot around the ankle. Really feeling into the way that your foot moves and then changing direction, taking your time. And then inhale, and on the exhale, flex your foot and bring that long leg all the way down, the heel down towards the floor. Inhaling, pointing the foot and bringing that leg back in. Stretching up towards the ceiling. Exhaling, flexing the foot and bringing that leg all the way back down. Inhaling again, taking your own time, matching your own length of breath, lengthening if possible, slowing down the movement and the breath. So you're inhaling to lift the foot up towards the ceiling and exhaling, bringing it all the way down. And then take one more inhalation, and on the exhale, lower that leg, the right leg, all the way down to the ground and let it soften on the mat. Allow the right leg to sink into the ground. Notice the sensations in your hip, comparing the right to the left. And then inhale, lifting the left foot up towards the ceiling, and then exhaling it down to meet the right long leg on the ground. Inhaling, lifting the fingertips up towards the ceiling, and exhale, drop your hands behind your head on the floor behind you. And here allow to soften. Again, bringing your sensations or your awareness towards your hips and the groin area. Inhaling, lifting the fingertips up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, bringing them down behind you. Stepping your feet back towards your buttocks, and then removing the block from underneath your hips and take it down to the side. And here, inhale, and on the exhale, take your nose over to your left-hand side. And as you're inhaling, bringing your nose through the center and exhaling over to the other side. Inhaling your head through the center and exhaling to the other side. Inhaling through the center and exhaling over to the right. Inhaling, bringing the head back to the center and exhale. Inhaling, taking your arms out like a capital T and exhale. And then inhale, and on the exhale, drop your knees and your nose over to one side. Inhaling through the center and exhaling over to the other. So you're rocking your nose and your knees over to each side, and then starting to bring the arm over to along with your knees. So if you're rolling over to your left, bring your right arm over on top of your left. And through the inhalation, rolling back onto your back, and then rolling over to the other side. On the exhale, inhaling, coming through the center, and on exhaling, rolling across the back, alternating the sides. Next time you're coming up on the exhalation, at the end of the exhalation, come up onto your lower arm, lifting your upper body, and then rolling back down as you're inhaling, and on the exhale, coming up onto the other lower arm, rolling from side to side. Allowing your body to be heavy as you have a pause through the center, and then coming up on each side. Noticing if your breath can match your movement. And the next time you do come up on one side, push yourself up into sitting and come onto all fours. Here we're going to spend a little bit of time, so if you need a blanket, then put that under your knees. And it's been a little while, at least for me, so let's move our hands around to see how our wrists are responding to the weight of our upper body, and also what it feels like in different directions, having the fingertips pointing all the way around. And you can play with your body weight. You can bring it a little bit forward to have more, or taking your hips back towards your heels to have a bit less. Also come up onto your fists and onto the back of your hands. Very gently, noticing how that feels in that stretch. And onto your fingertips, noticing the strength in your fingers holding your upper body. And then place your hands where you feel nicely supported in a good width under your shoulders. And then we're going to step back and put some pressure onto our toes. Taking the hips back, stretching the toes, and then also rolling the feet from side to side. And notice how that ankle receives the stretch, and then swapping over to the other foot, giving the other foot a little stretch in all directions. Rocking backwards towards the heels to increase the stretch, or forward to lessen it. And then bringing the knee back down. into all fours. And here we're going to move into cat-cow rolls a few times to warm up our spine. So as you're inhaling, allowing the movement to start from the tailbone, curling the tailbone under towards the spine and allowing that movement to travel across the spine until the head drops, and then exhale, dropping the tailbone backwards. Again, allowing that movement to travel along the spine until finally the head raises up gently. Inhaling, bring the tailbone in and allowing the movement to round the spine. And as you exhale, rolling the tailbone back, allowing the spine to respond and the head to almost respond automatically. Noticing how you can match your movement with your breath. If you're using Ujjayi breath in the back of your throat, you might find it comforting to have the sound of your breath and a stronger control of it. And then next time you're exhaling and rounding your spine, allow your hips to sink towards the heels, soften your elbows, and then on the inhale, lifting up and bringing your tailbone under. So we're now not only moving our spine as we've just done, but softening and stretching the elbows. So we're creating a big circle, if you were looking from the side, with our upper body. Bringing the hips back towards the heels, softening the elbows, and then gently coming forwards over the fingertips, and then curling the tailbone under, and taking that round spine back towards the heels, and then lifting the tailbone towards the ceiling and straightening the arms. You might find a different way of breathing or moving and using your knees and your elbows. And that is great, listening to what feels comfortable and right for you. To move along with your breath and with the movement. And then find yourself back into the center. And we're stepping the left foot forward and coming up onto the right knee. And notice that you can find a good foundation. Sometimes it is nicer to have like the foot a little bit further away, but like that you're quite stable. And then we're going to inhale here, and on the exhale, bending the front knee and gently soften forward. And we're going to do that dynamically a few times. So we're going to inhale, straightening the knee again, and on the exhale, bending the knee, allowing the hips to travel towards the front heel. Inhaling to come up, and then exhaling, and we can involve the arms. Inhaling, coming back, and then exhaling, softening and move forward, turning the palms up. Inhaling, taking the arms out to the side as we come back, and exhaling, bringing the arms forward. Inhaling to come out to the side, and exhaling, leaning forward. And then inhaling, lifting the arms up and look up. And exhaling, moving the hips forward, taking the arms out to the side. Inhaling, come up. And then exhaling, taking the arms down to the side. Inhaling, taking the arms forward and come back. Exhaling, turning the palms and gently bending the knee. Inhaling, come back up. And exhale, take the hands back down. And let's swap over the knees. The feet, the front, coming back up onto the front leg, making sure we have a good foundation with a sturdy foot. You can lift your toes. I always find that helpful to connect with the whole of my footprint. And then take an inhale, and on the exhale, gently bend the front knee. Inhaling to come back up, and exhaling, bending the front knee, leaning forward. Inhaling to come up, and then involve the arms again, exhaling, leaning forward, turning the palms up. Inhaling, come back. Exhaling, bending the knee. Inhaling, come up. And on the exhale, lean forward, taking the arms out to the side. Inhaling, taking the arms up and look up. And exhale, take them forward. Inhaling, turning the palms and come up. And exhale, leaning forwards, bringing the arms up. Inhaling, take the arms and the gaze up, and exhale, bringing the hands down to the side. Inhaling, come up. And exhaling, bending the knee, taking the arms out. Inhaling, come up and look up. And exhale, take the hands back down towards the front and stepping the left leg back. Stepping the left foot forward again. And this time we're going to come up into a lunge. So if you can curl your toes under and then come up onto, like, straighten the back leg. And you can either stay here, and again, if you can have a really strong foundation, and then inhaling, taking the arms up, and exhaling, bending the knee a little bit further. Inhaling, then straighten the front leg, and exhaling, bending the front knee. Inhale, and on the exhale, take the arms forward. Inhaling, taking the arms out to the side, lengthening the leg, and exhale, dropping, bending the knee, taking the arms up. Inhaling, come up. Exhaling, moving forward. And then pause here with the movement of the legs. Inhale, taking the arms up. Exhale, take them out to the side. Inhaling, come up and look up. And exhale, take the arms down to the side. Very good. Let's bend the knee and come back down onto the floor to swap the legs over. Release your back foot. And swapping the legs. And then we're curling the back foot under and lifting the back leg up. And again, this is a chance to find a good foundation. And then inhaling, come up. And exhale, take the arms out. When you've found your stand, you might want to adjust something or bring the foot a little bit closer. And then inhaling, taking the arms, straighten the leg, and exhale, bending the knee, taking the arms out in front. Inhaling, lengthening the foot. Exhale, bending the knee. Inhaling, lengthening and taking the arms up. And exhale, bending the knee, coming forward. Inhaling, taking the arms out to the side, lengthening the leg. Exhale, dropping back down. And then let's keep the legs here. Inhaling, look up and reach up. And exhale, taking the arms forward. Inhaling, taking the arms out to the side. And exhale. Inhale, lengthening the leg. And exhale, taking the arms down. And again, bending the the leg to come all the way down, releasing the back leg. And coming down. Let's take a moment of rest in a wide-legged child pose, if that is restful. Then send your hips back towards your heels. Make a cushion or a tower of fists if you need to support your front. And allow yourself to soften and rest. And of course, if that's not restful, you can always take a moment and lie on your back. And in this position, allow your observation skills to pick up the sensations of your breath. How is it changing from when we did the movements? How is your breath now? And any other sensations? In your hips, in your back. And then slowly come back out of the child's pose, back into all fours. And we're going to step the left foot forward. We're now going to bring it in a little bit more of a float, curling the right foot under again, lengthening the back foot, inhaling to come up, and exhale, taking the arms out. Inhaling, lengthen the front leg, look up, and exhale, bending the knee, coming back down. Inhaling, taking the arms forward, and exhale, dropping the hands back down, dropping the back leg down, release the foot, swapping over, curling the toes under again, inhaling, lifting the leg and the arms up, and exhale, take the arms out to the side. Inhaling, straightening the front leg, and exhaling, taking the arms, bending the leg again. Inhaling, taking the arms forward, and exhaling, dropping the hands down. Bending your knees, swapping the legs, curling the toes under, and inhaling, coming up, lifting the arms up, and exhale, take them out to the side. Inhaling, lengthening the front leg, and exhaling, bending the knee, taking the arms down. Inhaling, taking the arms forward, and exhale, taking the hands down, switching legs. Curling the toe under. Inhaling, straightening the back leg, and exhale, taking the arms down. Inhaling, lengthening the front leg, and exhale, bending the front leg, taking the arms down. Inhaling, taking the arms forward, and exhaling, bringing the hands down, dropping the knee. And from here, taking the knees back, and this time we're going to go curling the toes under and standing up in a downward facing dog. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and then exhale, dropping the knees down, releasing the feet and coming back into a wild child for a few breaths. Dropping the forehead onto the mat or onto your hands and collecting the sensation of effort, comparison to the sensation of calm. The way that your breath has changed or is changing now. And allow yourself to observe and collecting the feedback that your body is offering. Areas you might like to allow to soften more, areas that you're holding together with effort. And then uncurl again to come onto all fours. Stepping the left foot forward, curling the right foot under, and lifting inhaling, taking the arms up. And then exhale, taking the arms down. And then let's step forward, inhaling and exhaling, taking the arms down. And give your legs a little shake. And I think now is a good time to explore the balance that I was talking about. Is everyone comfortable to grab their back foot, or do we need some straps? Should we see how it goes? There's the strap if you need to. And of course, sorry, I'm kind of like, yes. So if you need the wall, that's absolutely fine. So if you have got support next to you, then let's bring our concentration together first. And we're going to switch to a balance. And I'm inviting you tonight to notice the difference in your structure up to your hips and then the spine at the back. So if we start by finding our stand next to a support or on your own. Lower your gaze or even close your eyes for a moment. Notice your footprint. Lift your toes and let them back down. Notice that area of your footprint that's carrying your body weight. And in your mind's eye, travel through your ankles, knees, and hips. And allow that to be your strong foundation. And then switch your awareness to your spine, allowing that to elongate and rise. Lengthening along the back. You might notice that your stomach muscles and your chest muscles are pulling in and lifting you up. And then inhale, and on the exhale, shift your body weight to one leg. Inhaling, lifting your leg up and allowing for your hand to hold the back of your foot. And if you're holding onto your support or have your hand down by the side, notice how your foundation up to your hips feels now, and your spine. And if you feel comfortable, bring the hand that is available, that's free, in front of your chest in half prayer. And notice if you're still lengthening and elongating your spines, your front of your body is still lifting and engaging. Take one more inhalation, and then exhale, bend your standing leg and release your foot down. And then after a short wriggle, let's do the other side. Starting again with your footprints, you can also have a look at your toes and then let them go. Building your foundation in your mind's eye with your 2 feet on the ground and your spine lengthening up towards the ceiling, including your head raising up towards the ceiling. Inhale, and on the exhale, shift your body weight over to the other leg. Inhale, lifting your leg that you haven't used and get a hold of the back foot. And allow that leg to grow heavy. Noticing the sensations in your standing leg. Noticing how your spine might still be long and elongated. And then, if it feels comfortable, use your free hand to put in half prayer in front of your chest. And even if you're using support, you might like to lift your fingertips slightly, noticing how this one footprint is holding your structure. And how your spine feels. from the tailbone up to the bottom of your neck. Inhale and exhale, bend your standing leg and release the foot. And again, a small wriggle. I'm going back to the other side and switching to hold the leg in front. Again, lifting your toes to engage the arches of your feet, dropping them down. Notice your footprints up to your hips as your strong foundation. And then your tailbone lengthening in your back. Notice your breath. Inhale, and on the exhale, shift your body weight over to the first leg. And then inhale, lifting your leg up in front and hold it with one hand or two, depending whether you have support or not. And notice how your standing leg might feel different to when you are holding the leg behind. And more noticeable perhaps on your spine. Does it feel different now? Is it still nice and long? Does it feel different to when your foot was leaning backwards? Inhale one more time and exhale, bend the standing leg and release down. Again, a short adjustment and a wriggle. And we're going to hold our concentration, starting with our footprints, lifting the toes and letting them go, catching your breath, your inhale and your exhale, your strong foundation through your footprints up to your hips. And then the spine elongating, lengthening at your back. Inhale, and on the exhale, shift your body weight over to the other leg. Inhaling, lifting your front leg and hold your knee or below your thigh. And breathe, noticing if your leg is still strong foundation, the back long and lengthy, and notice the way your breath flows. Still breathing deeply. The position of your spine changed. Inhale one more time and then exhale, bend your standing leg and release the front leg. And now give everything a little shake. Very well done. Let's come to the front of the mat. I'm going to shake it all out with a little sun salutation before we're going to take some rest. So if you bring your feet together, have a gap that feels comfortable. Again, engage your toes or lift your toes to engage your feet and drop them down. Recognize again your strong foundation and your lifting of your upper body. Inhaling, taking the arms up. And then exhale, take the arms down and bend your knees. Inhaling, taking the arms forward. And exhale, take the arms all the way down to the mat. Drop your head and lengthen your legs. Inhale, lift or lengthen your upper body, and exhale, dropping your head back down. And then walk your feet back towards the back of the mat. Into a plank. Inhale, and then exhale, drop down on your knees. Release your feet, bend your elbows and come all the way down onto the mat. Bring your hands forward and inhale, lifting your chest gently up, keeping your gaze down on the top of the mat, and then exhale, dropping your head back down, taking your hands back and push into tabletop. Curling your toes under, taking your hips back and standing into downward facing dog. Inhale. And on the exhale, drop down on your knees, step your left foot forward. And then inhale, come up. Exhaling, taking the arms down and stepping the leg back. Stepping the right foot forward, inhaling, reaching up and look up. Exhaling, taking the hands down and stepping the right foot back. Curling the toes under, taking the hips back. So you're lifting the legs and stand up in downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale here. And then walk your feet towards your hands. Inhaling to lift or lengthen the upper body and exhale, dropping the head down. Inhaling, dropping the hips and taking the arms forward. Exhale, and then inhale, lengthen the legs and the arms, go up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower the gaze and take the arms down. Inhaling, taking the arms up and look up. Exhaling, taking the arms forward and bend your knees. Inhale, and on the exhale, take your arms all the way down, dropping the head. Inhaling to lift or lengthen the upper body and exhale, dropping the head back down, walking the feet back into a plank. Inhale, and on the exhale, lower, come onto your knees and all the way onto your tummy, bending your legs, your elbows, coming onto your forearms, dropping the forehead down, and then inhaling, lifting the head and chest gently up, keeping the gaze low. Exhaling, dropping the head back down, taking the hands back and pushing to all fours. Curling the toes under and taking the weight back. Inhaling, lifting the hips in downward facing dog and exhale. Inhale, and then exhale, dropping onto the knees, release the feet, stepping the left foot forward. Inhaling, taking the arms up and look up. And exhale, taking the arms out to the side. Here we're going to inhale over to the left hand side and exhale, coming back. Inhale and then exhale, dropping the hands down, switching the legs, stepping the right leg forward. Inhaling, taking the gaze and the arms up, and exhale, taking the arms down to the side. And then inhaling over to the other side and exhale, bringing yourself back into center. Inhale and exhale, taking the hands down, stepping the foot back, curling the toes under, rocking back, lifting the knees and uncurling the legs into downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Take one more inhale here. And on the exhale, walk your feet towards your hands. Inhaling to lift or lengthen the upper body, and exhale, dropping the head down. Inhaling, dropping the hips and taking the arms forward, and exhale. Inhaling, stand up and look up, and exhale, taking the arms down. Inhaling, taking the arms up and look up, and exhale, take the arms down forward, bending your knees. Inhale, and on the exhale, dropping the hands and dropping the head. Inhale to lift or lengthen the upper body, and exhale, dropping the head back down. Walking your feet back towards the back of the mat into a plank. Inhale, and then exhale, dropping onto your knees, bending your elbows and coming all the way down onto the mat. Releasing the hands and gently lift the head, the shoulders and the chest up, keeping the gaze low, and then exhaling, dropping the upper body back down, taking the hands back. Push up into all fours, curling the toes under, taking the hips back, starting to lift the knees, and then uncurling the legs into downward facing dog. Inhale, and on the exhale, drop back onto all fours, releasing the feet, stepping the left foot forward. Inhaling, look up, and exhale, taking the arms down to the side. Inhale, and on the exhale, lean over to the leg that's up. Inhale, come back to the center, and exhale, taking the hands down and swapping the legs. Inhaling, taking the arms up and look up, and exhale, taking the arms down. Inhale, and on the exhale, lean over to the other side. Inhaling, come up, And exhale, taking the hands down, stepping the right foot back. Curling your toes under, dropping the hips towards the heels, lifting the knees and uncurling the legs in downward facing dog. Inhaling and exhaling here. Inhale, and on the exhale, walk your feet towards your hands. Drop the head down. Inhaling, dropping the hips and taking the arms forwards. Exhale. Inhaling, come all the way up. And exhale, taking the arms down. And give everything a little shake. And take the feet a little bit wider. Inhaling, taking the arms out. And then exhale, dropping the hips. Inhale, and on the exhale, take your hands onto the top of your hip. Inhale, and then on the exhale, take your gaze over that shoulder. Inhaling and exhaling. And if you like, you can inhale, taking the back arm out and forward, and then dropping it onto your lower back. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Noticing the sensations along your lower spine and your back. And then inhaling, straightening the legs and taking the arms up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, dropping the arms in front and bending the knees. Inhale, and on the exhale, taking the hands on the opposite side. Inhale and exhaling, taking firstly the gaze over your shoulder, inhaling and exhaling. And if you like, on the next inhale, lengthening that arm behind you and allowing that arm to drop onto your lower back. Inhaling and exhaling. Noticing your breath changing, and then inhaling, release, reach up and look up, and exhale, take the arms down. And bringing the feet a little bit closer together. Again, inhaling, taking the arms up. Exhaling, bending the knees, taking the arms forward. Inhale. And exhale, taking the hands all the way down to the mat, dropping the head. Inhaling to lift or lengthen the upper body, and exhale, dropping the head down. And then walking back into a plank. Inhale. And then exhale, dropping onto your knees, bending your elbows, coming all the way down onto the mat. Resting your forearms on the mat. Inhaling to lift your chest off the mat, taking the eyes low. And exhaling, dropping the head, bringing the hands back, and push into all fours. And from here, widen the legs. And allowing the hips to come back into a wild child's rest. And again, you can cushion your forehead or leave your arms out long. And if this is restful, spend some time here, allowing your breath to adjust to the resting pose. If you find it more restful to lie on your back, then change position. This is your time to now noticing how your breath is changing after the fast moves. There's nothing more to do right now. Just releasing and softening into this pose. Noticing your breath. Allowing it to support the calm and the rest. And if at any point this pose does not feel restful, lie on your back. Allowing your body to soften. In a way that it feels restful. Watching your breath. Softening and supporting the calm. And then come out from any position that you're in. If you're in child, uncurl and swing your feet around. If you're on your back already, bring your knees up towards your chest and allow the knees to have a gap between your chest, and hug your knees closer. Flex your feet so the toes come towards your face, and then reach for your ankles or the sole of your feet and come into a happy baby pose, rocking from side to side. And allowing this one to be the last active pose of the day before lying down, noticing the space in your back, the lower back or the upper back, where you feel the weight of the legs the most, or the comfort of the rocking. And you can switch from the rocking into stillness at any point. And also notice the weight of the legs in your groin and in your hip area. And then take any additional movements that you might like before taking rest. I have eye pillows if you like to use them to block out the sensations of the light. If you like to put on some extra items of clothing. I'm not sure if I handed out 2 pieces with you before.
Yes.
Yes, I did. Yeah, with you too.
Yeah, thank
great.
you.
Would you like more? I can't remember when I arrived. And then settle down. For a little bit of time. Softening into the ground. And I must apologize, I got carried away. I've promised you alternate nostril breathing. So I'm inviting you now to take a moment, and we're going to rest the body. And on this occasion, use the power of our minds to imagine the alternate nostril breathing. So allow the whole of your body to rest and soften. And allow the sensation of your breath to travel from your right hand through your right nostril. And as you're exhaling, imagine to exhale through your left nostril and out your left arm. Inhaling again through your left fingertips, up your left arm through your shoulder and your left nostril. And exhaling, releasing the air through the right nostril, through your shoulder, elbow, and right fingertips. And again, inhaling through the right fingertips, wrist, elbow, shoulder, and nostril. And then exhaling through the left nostril, shoulder, elbow, wrist, and fingertips. Inhaling again through the left-hand side of your arm, through the stages, and then exhaling on the right through the nostril, shoulder, elbow, wrist, and fingertips. Inhaling again through the fingertips, wrist, elbow, shoulder, nostril. Exhaling through the left nostril, shoulder, elbow, wrist, and fingertips. Allow a few more breaths in that pattern. Noticing the effects of this way of breathing across your body and your mind. Allowing the sensations to spread from your chest downward towards your tummy and your legs, and upwards into your neck and throat and head. And then let go of the imagery of breathing and the control of your breath. Allowing your whole body to soften and release. From your 2 feet, the right and the left, through your lower legs, up to your knees, the right and the left, through your thighs and hips, the right and the left. Let the whole lower body soften and be released. Let that spread from the hips through your upper body, the organs, your skin, your spine, all the way into your shoulders and down your arms, through your elbows, wrists, and fingertips. Both arms, your right and your left. Allow those sensations to spread through your neck and into your face, your chin, your lips, tip of your nose, your forehead, the top of your head, the back of your head, and your ears, the right and the left, and everything that's in between. With your whole body released and soft, allow your mind to picture yourself on a hot summer's day. It is comfortably hot, and you're in your favorite spot in your garden or an outside space. Enjoying the warmth of the sun on your face. Looking up into the blue skies and seeing the sun as a yellow, bright object above you, producing that beautiful heat. And you look around you in your favorite location, recognizing familiar objects, trees or shrubs and flowers. And feeling delighted on this beautiful summer's day. How the sun and the air warms your skin all the way through into your muscles and your bones. You feel right warm through into your core. And delighted by the brightness of the sun. In fact, so warm that you feel in need of a refreshment. And as you look around you, you find on the floor in front of you a glass and a lemon, a glass with water and a lemon that's already cut open for you. And you pick up the glass of cool water on this lovely warm day in your favorite surroundings, and pick up the lemon and squeeze a bit of juice into the water. Before you put the lemon back down, you take it towards your nose, recognizing the smell of freshness and citrus. And it makes your mouth water already, knowing that you're going to receive this fresh liquid in a moment. Putting the lemon back down, holding the glass, lifting it towards your lips on this warm, sunny day, and allowing that liquid touching your lips, running over your tongue, and down the back of your throat. And indeed, it is refreshing and uplifting. You take another few sips, allowing it to cool you down, refreshing you, delighting you. And then you take the glass back down, setting it down again in front of you on the floor. And holding for a moment the sensations of the freshness in the back of your throat and down into your tummy, and the warmth around you of the sunshine and the warm air of the summer's day. And that is the time for you to shift your awareness away from that experience back into your body and into this room, into the sensations of lying on the mat. Listening out for sounds. around you. And bringing sensations back into movement, back into your body, starting to wriggling your fingers and your toes. And starting to allow light back into your eyes by removing your ice mask if you're using, or opening your eyes gently. And then taking any additional movements and stretches that you might like to bring your body back. Into the evening. And in your own time, bring yourself back into sitting. Where I like to chant on 3 times to close tonight's practice. Inhale. You can join in or let the sound wash over you. May you stay warm and be delighted. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I'm really sorry about the breathing. I had it planned that we were sitting and doing it together. How did this different technique work for you?
What?
Do you find
Yeah,
I've
not
never
at all.
done it
No.
just without, because I always use the fingers and
Yeah, they're doing the.
Yeah, but actually it felt like I was doing it.
Yeah.
You could you relate? Did it work?
Yeah, definitely.
Good.
I've certainly convinced myself. Anyway.
Certainly one if you're waking up in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
that can help to bring you back to sleep.
Yeah. Do that. Yeah.